The Cost of Freedom, April 11, 2019, by Anna von Reitz. First, everyone must resist the snooze button long enough to realize that the things in Washington, D.C., are not and have never been the American government. Those things comprising what is left of the federal government operating out of the District of Columbia are foreign, for-profit, commercial corporations in the business of providing governmental services under contract. A full one-third of the federal government is missing, and it happens to be the third that belongs to us. The American government is and always has been vested entirely in the living people and their lawful persons and their geographically defined states. If you want to be free and live as an American, then you have to step up to the plate and accept the responsibility of self-governance. You have to explicitly declare your political status and operate as a lawful person. If you want to be harassed and bossed around and nanny stated, then you can just stay where you are, as a presumed ward of the state of state, and you can operate as a legal person and as a U.S. citizen of some kind. But be aware that U.S. citizens are not free, cannot own land in this country, and are required to pay for all the services they demand by armed thugs. The key persons responsible for recognizing your political status are, 1. The District, as in District of Columbia, attorneys, and 2. The U.S. Secretary of State. This is because these officers and departments are particularly responsible for keeping track of who is in their jurisdiction and who is without it. It is your responsibility to keep them fully informed. It is also your responsibility to put form to function by assembling your State of the Union once you decide to act as an adult American and to not accept the political status of an infant decedent. Americans have long paid the other costs of freedom in both blood and sweat, but the one cost that is most important, indeed, crucial to all the rest, we neglect. We have earned the right to self-govern, and then, fail to do so. Run, don't walk, to get your political status corrected and evidence of the correction placed as notice on the land recording district records, then boot up your state assembly. Claim your identity as an American state citizen and do the one crucial duty left to perform, self-govern, so that you are not presumed to be anything or anyone, but who you truly are, an American. It should be self-evident that U.S. citizens are not acting as Americans, and vice versa, otherwise, why would these different designations exist? It should be self-evident that our states of the Union are our nations and that these are sovereign entities, while any greater group effort that binds them together as a union, a federation, or a confederation is not sovereign, but is instead an agent, either unincorporated or incorporated, of the sovereign states. We are Wisconsinites, Texans, Vermonters, Floridians, and New Yorkers. We are Californians and Oregonians and Montanans and Iowans. We are Minnesotans and Tennesseans and Kentuckians. We are all the faces and place of 50 actual states of the Union. We are not corporate employees acting under contract to provide governmental services. That is, we are not U.S. citizens, nor are we citizens of the United States. We are the actual, factual, living and breathing people of this country, and we are the employers, in fact, of all those foreign governmental service providers operating as U.S. citizens. I recently saw another slam piece of yellow journalism accusing me of leading you into captivity. I have news for you, you are already being held captive by your own employees, and forced to pay whatever they want you to pay for whatever services these U.S. citizens want to provide. And it's all because you have not paid the final cost of freedom, you have failed to act in your proper capacity as an American, failed to operate as a lawful person, failed to assemble your State of the Union, and failed to self-govern. So, in your absence, your employees are governing you and picking your pockets and telling you when to stand up and when to sit down and what services you will receive and what services won't be available and when to blow your noses. You live in fear of your own employees. And whose fault is that? Please hit subscribe, like, share, embed, and get ready for many more of my article videos.